So we're at April, and April is such a fantastic month. You know, March things start growing fast again, but April is when everything really takes off and goes kind of crazy. And it's funny really because people start to think of April, you know, as the start of the Hungry Gap. It doesn't really feel like we're in a Hungry Gap right now. But I mean, obviously a lot of things are going to seed. And so we're kind of in this short period of like massive abundance when everything that we overwintered is kind of finishing. And, you know, and we'll soon be finished. And so the trick, skill, trick, whatever, is to make sure that after that period of kind of massive abundance, we don't have a period of Hungry Gap. So, you know, I think we managed it fairly well. We'll have to see what the May table looks like. Anyway, I'm going to go through, give you an idea of what we've got, how that is kind of evolving and changing over the next month. And we'll start with the spinach. So we've got loads and loads of spinach because you need a lot of spinach to get you through winter. And now we're in spring and all that spinach is way too much of it. So I'm rapidly clearing beds, and I have been for a month or so. And, you know, every time I clear a bed, if I don't manage to replant it that week, it regrows again in that same sort of, you know, crazy way that spinach does. And yeah, so I'm just keep clearing beds as fast as I can. And obviously anything that I'm not clearing will soon be going to seed. So I'm not clearing these beds because these are the favourites at the moment, this red kitten. And, you know, we want to drag it out as long as we can, but it will go to seed in a few weeks' time, probably. Never quite sure exactly when. It does vary from year to year. But we have a new crop of red kitten on the way. And when this cooking spinach kind of finishes, we have a new crop of Asian spinach on the way. So we can never be sure whether we will get, you know, 1 or 2 weeks of scarcity whilst that new crop kind of catches up with the old crop, but hopefully not. We'll have to see. So then we've got the Crown Prince squash. So we've got 4 Crown Prince squash left, and that should last us until we have the courgettes. So I'm pretty confident now that we'll get through the year with that. This is the yacon. Stores really well. It's really nice. And yeah, we're really happy with it. I mean, it doesn't look very good, does it, like that? But actually when you cook into that, and it's just the sweetest kind of pear, crunchy sort of peary taste. Some people think it's apple taste. I think it's more like a pear. And we've got loads of beetroot, golden and red, in the store. And lots of beetroot growing, and it's coming on really strong now. You know, you think, when is this beetroot going to start growing? And then all of a sudden it like really, really grows fast. So we should have beetroot, new season beetroot, by the time the old season beetroot finishes. We've done really well with garlic this year. We've got loads of garlic. So I think we've got, you know, hundreds of garlic cloves left. And we're almost in green garlic season. We've never done that before. We've never got to green garlic season. That's when you sort of harvest the stems and the monobulbs from immature garlic. We've never got to that point and still had lots of garlic cloves, dried garlic cloves available. So yeah, we've done well. I mean, some of them are a little bit dry, like that one's probably not good eating, the whole thing, but yeah, we're still doing pretty well. So yeah, actually that's a good example there. You see, like that, it's basically like, it's just dried up completely. There's nothing much in there. Whereas this one's still top-notch condition. So not all of them make it through, but some of them do. And then we've got potatoes, nice baking potatoes straight out of the pots yesterday. And we did lose a few to that big freeze, but these all came through nicely, and of course they're all sprouting. You can see the sprouts on them, but you can just rub those sprouts off. You could plant them as well and grow new potatoes, but I'm growing mine from seed potatoes this year. And carrots. So the carrots are looking a bit ropey, but I still prefer to be eating these carrots, even though they are a little bit ropey, and you can see a little bit of damage on some of them. Than buy them. they're still really tasty, really sweet, and we've still got some really nice quality ones for the salads as well, which I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, so now is the season for the flowering brassicas. So we've got new season calabrese and new season, well, old season really, planted last year, purple sprouting broccoli. And we should have that calabrese and purple sprouting broccoli now all the way through until the end of, well, calabrese until the end of May, and purple sprouting broccoli till the end of April. And before we kind of run out of calabrese, we should have cauliflowers again. So we like to have some sort of flowering brassica for most of the year. The colettes, they're still doing nicely. They're starting to grow, starting to sprout and make a flower. But that doesn't matter. Any that are left that you don't manage to harvest, let them make a flower and then eat the flower stalk and the flower itself, because that's really nice. But they'll also just put on a lot of gorgeous leaf growth, and obviously you can eat the leaves as well, so that's really nice. Tatsoi so this is the tatsoi from last year. I think it was November or December that I sowed it, and so this is starting to go to seed now, but not every plant, and the fact that it's going to seed is not a problem. So we're just picking the whole plant now, because once it starts to go to seed, the leaf quality degrades really quickly. So picking the whole plant as quickly as we can. So we've got quite a lot of tatsoi and some more tatsoi down there. But our new season tatsoi is ready, so almost ready. So we will be transitioning over to that as soon as we finish this. And the brassicas are all going to seed. So all of the kales and a lot of the cabbages this year have gone to seed on us, but we don't care, because these little cabbage leaves are absolutely lovely, and we don't wait for them to heart up. And as I say, quite a lot of them aren't ever going to heart up because they're starting to go to seed. So we're just picking the leaves, and that is great, because that cabbage bed we need to clear by April and get it replanted with French beans. Leeks are doing great still. We really love these little tender leeks, so we've got loads and loads of these, and just like marginally thicker ones. We don't grow really big leeks, we prefer the smaller, more tender ones. Onions are doing not too terribly, and we've got enough onions to last us until maybe the 3rd week in April. Maybe as far as May if we really kind of stretched it out. We've got more shallots than we've got red onions, but the overwintered onions now are growing really strongly, so we will have green onions within a few weeks as well, so we'll definitely not run out of onions this year. And of course, at Push we've always got salad onions, scallions, but the overwintered bulbing onions are obviously much bigger than this already, so yeah, that'll be great. Field beans, they're growing really strongly now. We're managing to keep on top of the harvest. We don't like them to grow too big because we're only picking this lovely little tip here, this little growing tip. That's the good quality bit of it. It's looking really nice. It looks brown there, but it's not, it's just the light. What else have we got? So last of the parsnips. So we won't have parsnips now until sort of late July, sort of August time. But yeah, that's fine. We've had a lot of parsnips, so we won't miss them for a little bit. And we've got, as I said, the salad onions, loads of those, and obviously we eat all the greens as well as this blanched sort of stem. And then we've got double-decker layer of Claytonia or miner's lettuce, and lamb's lettuce, or corn salad, and this is starting to go to seed now. So once the leaves start to sort of grow like really vertically like this, rather than sort of being flat to the ground like that, then it's going to seed. Most plants do that. They rise up when they want to go to seed, and so those will have a little flower soon, and when that happens, we might just be able to see like the start of that going on there. The eating quality sort of degrades, so we've only probably got a couple of weeks of those. And same sort of story with the Claytonia, lots of that is starting to flower now, so again, that's all done with really. These are lovely little salad carrots that I was talking about. Still absolutely top-notch eating. And we've got enough carrots, in theory, to last us until the end of April, easily until the end of April. But whether we actually get to eat them all, or whether some of them go to seed before we've eaten them, that just remains to be seen, because when a carrot goes to seed, it's basically inedible. And yeah, but the carrots that we sowed in October, they are nice little carrots now, not very big, so at best they're sort of maybe that size, but probably a little bit thinner and longer. But in a few weeks' time they'll be great. So when these carrots finish, we'll have new carrots. Loads of radish now. First pick of the asparagus. Still got some baby leaf spinach, and we've planted new baby leaf spinach beds which will come on stream next week, so that's great. And I did mention that, you know, some of the tatsoi is going to seed, but we've got new tatsoi, so I did the first pick off that bed. There's not very much of it, you know, just one little container there, but we've also got this beautiful red stem pak choi, and yeah, that looks absolutely stunning in the salad mixes. And then we've got the salads, and we're finally in salad abundance. So we're getting loads and loads of these gorgeous, you know, thicker leaves, and you know, everything's just looking like so healthy in the salad beds. We're really, really happy to be at this stage, you know, because things start growing again, you know, fast in March, but the leaf quality is just not as good, you know, as the leaf quality in April. So it's just really nice to get, you know, this sort of thicker, crunchier leaves back. So that, I think, oh, and we've got chard in there. So that is pretty much it, and pretty happy to be at this point. Sort of like full abundance, but it's more than just full abundance. You know, I think we were kind of in full abundance maybe last month, but the leaf quality, it's what it's all about to me. It's like the leaf quality now is really amazing, and it never really gets better than it does in sort of April and May. It's kind of peak leaf quality for so many things, and of course it's also the peak time for all these flowering brassicas, so yeah, you just can't really complain about April, can you? It's amazing. And I looked at the weather forecast, and it's going to be sunny in April. It's been raining pretty much all the way through March. So great food, sunshine, fresh air, can't beat it. So that's me done. My name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.